Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be going over the i5T EOS from Olight. That's the green light in the center of all these lights here. Starting on the left, we have a zebra light H53W, which uses a Cree XP L2 emitter. This has a mineral glass cover and a orange peel reflector inside. The emitter is about 4500 temperature rating. Next to it, for size comparison only, we have a AAA type light. This is the i3T EOS that's using a Luxon TX emitter, which is a TIR optic. And then next we have the i5T rather, which uses the Osram P9 PMMA optic. Next to it we have a nickel metal hydride battery, AA form factor. And next to that we have the Lumentop Tool AA 2.0, which uses a Cree XPL HD emitter. It's also got a smooth reflector in it, so it's a little bit different than the i5T. And next to it we have a Olight LAN TI version 3. This uses a Nietzsche 219C 4000 temperature rating LED. Next to it we have an 18650 Warrior Mini, which has an SST 40 or a 20, I don't remember exactly the LED in there, and uses a TIR optic. And then next to it we have a Refine P1, which uses a Cree XPG2 emitter. It's a TIR optic and smooth reflector. Let's get these out of the way and talk about only the i5T for a moment. The i5T runs at about 300 lumens at max for about 3 minutes. You're looking at a step down to 50% of that after 3 minutes for about 25 minutes. And from that 25 minutes, after that's over, it goes down to 10% of its brightness, which is 122 minutes. On low, it runs 15 lumens for about 20 hours. As you can see, the i5T is still a small light in comparison to most lights. It's good for EDC. It's got an IPX8 rating, and it's got a drop proof rating for 1.5 meters, and it weighs 2.12 ounces or 60 grams. So it's a decent sized light with a moderate weight. As you can see, I've attached my own custom lanyard to the light. There's two modes, as discussed before. We'll show it on the video here. For reference, we're shooting at 320 ISO at 50 frames per second. Aperture is approximately 4.9 aperture at a temperature rating of 300 or 3000. This is low mode. We're about 6 inches to 8 inches off the table. This is 15 lumens, and this will run for 20 hours approximately. Click again, it ramps up to high mode, which is approximately 300 lumens. This is again still the same distance of about 8 to 10 inches off the table. And then you click it again, and it cycles back down. There's a tail switch here, as you can see, 2-mode operation. You cannot tail stand this light, which is unfortunate. However, I do appreciate the fact that you can easily access this button. There's no lockout mode on here. Let's take apart the rear to expose the battery housing and the O-ring. You got a big O-ring there for waterproofing, and the threads seem pretty nice. A good sturdy spring, and we have our AA battery inside the tube here. Let's plug this back up. As you can see, it also comes with a reversible pocket clip, which is a signature Olight kind of thing. I personally like this type of pocket clip better than most lights, say compared to the Lumentop Tool 2.0. This pocket clip's not as good as that. It's not as big either. And you can see the front here with the PMMA optics and the Osram P9 emitter in the center there. It's got a nice, clear, wide housing here, and the lens is pretty clear. I'm pretty sure the lens is plastic based, unlike say the Olight, which is mineral glass based for comparison. And you can also see probably the orange peel texture in this light for better diffusion, a softer throw. We're gonna get some beam shots on the i5T in a moment. We're back again, and we're shooting at an aperture of 3.5, 50 frames per second. ISO is 2500. Temperature is 5500 or 5500. on a Panasonic GH2. First to the i5T on low for 15 lumens for 20 hours. And then we get into high mode for 300 lumens, about 3 minutes. This is the PMMA optic and the Osram P9 emitter. Low mode. We're approximately about 6 feet away from the door. Let's try the LumenTop Tool 2.0. This is on low, 3.7 lumens. Medium, about 27 lumens. High, which is about 140-ish lumens. And then we have turbo, which is about 270 lumens. Comparison, low modes, 15 versus 3.7. This is a smooth reflector, Cree XPL emitter. A size difference on the hotspot there. And let's go to high mode on here. And high mode on the LumenTop. So you got about 270 lumens on this side here. And you got about 300 lumens here. I think after a certain while, the human eye can't distinguish the difference in lumens when it gets higher. Let's go ahead and test out the Olight H53. Now this is a Cree XP-L2 emitter, easy white. So the Olight on the left, this is low mode, about 1.2 lumens. If I bump it up to medium, that's about 27 lumens on medium 2. And this has memory effect to it as well. This is high on 270 lumens. This is 330 lumens for comparison. So we'll keep it at 270 lumens for now. And that's what the color looks like on the temperature. This is the i5T on low. This is the the H53 on low. But if we want to make a little bit easier comparison, this is kind of medium on 27 lumens versus 15. You got the orange peel reflector in here and a coated lens. So you can see the color difference. This is about 4500 temperature rating. I don't know what the temperature rating is on the Osram P9 here in this emitter. Let's go up to high mode on both of them. So that's 270 lumens. That's 300 lumens. Again, it's kind of washing out the camera at such a high ISO rate, but you can kind of get an idea. They're both very bright lights for AA lights anyway. Some final thoughts on the i5T. I think it's a great light for its price point of $30, a little bit less than $30. We have a decent pocket clip, which you can clip to your hat with the reverse side of it. We have good knurling on the side here. And it looks very nice, feels very nice. It's got a little bit of weight to it, which is okay, in my opinion, because that means it's a little bit more durable. The tail switch is very functional, and I like that it has a hardened plastic around the rubber part of here, so it reduces the amount of rubber used to activate the light. It's a simple, basic, on-off, low-high light, which is, in some situations, simplicity is the best. Some suggestions for an upgrade. And we'll start off with the H53 as a comparison. This is $59 versus $30. However, what you're paying for with this light is you're getting more modes, customizability with the UI, meaning you can program the memory effect in here. This has no memory, this has memory. So that's a negative on that. Next thing is going to be the type of color temperature picking or options you have. Olight offers a different variety of options for the color tints. The i5T, there's no other color options in terms of the emitter. Now the Osram P9 and the PMMA reflector and the housing inside of here, that's a great system from what I've seen in my opinion. I like it, I prefer it compared to say just a thrower, for example. But I do tend to like my lights with a orange peel reflector and a coated mineral glass lens with say, this one has an XP-L2 easy white emitter. I prefer warmer tints personally. Even though it's at the expense of having higher lumens, I prefer better color rendering type lights or better warmer type lights anyway. So I would like to see the option of having different color tints available for this model here and having maybe a better UI system potentially for getting the most efficiency out of your AA battery. So I think they could improve that with the i5T. A more direct comparison would be the Lumitop Tool 2.0. This is also $30, but unlike the i5T, this comes with some accessories. I don't have all of them here, but this came with a 14500 battery, which is also rechargeable via micro USB, and it has a diffuser. And it also has a magnetic tail cap, which I don't have here right now. But as you can see, this has more options that come with it built into the base price, whereas this does not. One other thing that I would appreciate is that having a light that could tail stand, and it's not a big deal for me for the i5T. I think the i5T is a beautiful light, works very well. There are workarounds to this. You could maybe glue an O-ring to the back of this so that it evens out with the tail cap, and you could probably potentially tail stand that if you wanted to. You know, you can make up things as you go along, but this is a minor concern. However, since this comes with a diffuser, you can use this as a lamp. So if you had a diffuser for the i5T and it was able to tail stand, you would be able to get that bonus out of it. Aside from that, the other important thing is having a modular battery compartment which utilizes a 14500 battery. This one does not take advantage of that. I would like to see the i5T incorporate that in the next model line to use either AA's or 14500 batteries. This would improve the modulability of the light itself and the options you can use for powering it. Other than that, it's a good light for $30. I think there are other comparable options, as you just seen on the market. There's many options as well. But if you're looking for a simple, basic light that's on, off, low, high for 30 bucks, that's a good durability setting. Definitely get the i5T from Olight. Thanks for watching.